I met Dianna in a warehouse where we both worked, and kind of like as soon as I saw her, something just clicked. I knew that I wanted to meet this woman, and she didn't want anything to do with me. She avoided me for the first couple of months, and I hedged around, found out her name, always made sure that my break coincided with her break, and I was actually able to, offer to buy her coffee or something. And small talk turned into the fact that I asked her out, and she probably refused me about 100 times, and finally said the only way I want to get rid of this guy is finally concede and give in and go out on a date with him. And she did, and we had a really good time and got to know each other a little bit, and we dated for about a year, and I asked her to marry me. We got married in November of 1978, so it'd be 35 years this November 4th. And some of her favorite things were fish, birds, dogs, donkeys, miniature horses, chickens, just about anything you can think of. We talked about it, and it's hard to give somebody up that you care about and love so much, but you don't want them to suffer either. And I'm okay with the fact that she's at peace. It's just I miss her terribly. I think that's just going to be, time as time goes on.
I think you did everything so beautifully.
I think it's not so much what you could do better, it's the other people realizing that they need this help, that they need to make the call or talk to their doctor about it. Maybe the doctors need to be better informed on it, because I didn't even realize this was an option. I thought we were just going to take care of ourselves. Jesse came here to be a caregiver for her, and I was just so relieved when I found out there was somebody out there that offered the kind of help and compassion you need to get through something like this, because it's so devastating. And I'll have to credit my doctor for referring us to you, really. My sister was in the same situation. Her husband passed away 3 days before my wife. She never had hospice, and I think she would have been very reluctant to call him and talk to him, although she needed it even more so than myself. I'd say the doctors need to talk with the people and tell them that there's this option out there, and the people have to be aware of it, because we don't always know. When you're dealing with a terminal situation, you don't really know where to turn.
Dianna was on 13 different medications. She needed medication every couple of hours, and we had no idea how we were going to handle that. And it was Dianna's decision, her choice. Dianna's doctor was wonderful. I called, I introduced myself. He'd never heard of me. He just took my word that I was Dianna's sister-in-law. And I said, can we get some hospice care? And he didn't hesitate. He said, I'll write the order. And within 6 hours, Transitions Hospice were here. And they did the intake. They were fast. They were efficient. It was 9 o'clock at night. And we were so grateful, because they brought everything with them. They knew what questions to ask. And our question, of course, right away was, how long do we have? How much more time do we have with Dianna? And the hospice staff was so respectful. They couldn't answer that question, but they kept guiding us and telling us, this is what you can expect. And sometimes they knew more of what was going on than we did. They could see the signs quicker than we did. Terri, our case manager, was here, and she just said, you might want to start to think about continuous care. That was a totally new concept to us. We had no idea what that was. And at that point, I think we were still thinking, we can handle it. What we really need is just pain management.
We were like, we can handle this.
Yeah. And that was the weekend when it was just a really hard weekend. And I know we called the transitions number, the main number, at 9 o'clock on Saturday night, and They got a nurse to call us back right away within 20 minutes, and we talked the situation over with her, and she said, you know, I'm concerned about Dianna, but I'm also concerned about the two of you as caregivers. And we were like, yeah, we're fine. We're just concerned about Dianna. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, Dianna's breathing got so labored. But I called, she answered the phone right away. She said, I'll be there as soon as I can. She was here in 20 minutes. And all she did was turn Dianna on her side and shift the pillows, and Dianna's breathing eased. And it was such a gift, because we thought we were losing her that night, and to have our last memory be of her.
So good
What
to
a
see
beautiful
you.
day we got.
Couldn't ask for
You
anything
look so
better.
handsome.
Thank you.
Today
Good to see
I'm
you
here
again.
reconnecting with Dianna's husband Larry and her sister-in-law Jessie in their home in Elgin. It's a different feeling coming back into the home. There's a great sense of peace, greeted with warm smiles and hugs, and you can really see a difference in the family spirit. It's hard to describe, but it's a feeling of warmth and happiness, and that reconnection is really special to me.
I guess I knew of hospice care because I have a friend who died of cancer in the last 6 months of her life. She had hospice care at home. So I knew the word hospice, and when Larry and Dianna came to me and Dianna said, this is it, I just want to stop the meds and see where life takes me, I said, we need to get hospice in here. And what I wanted at that point was pain medication, pain management for Dianna. I didn't know about all of the other services at hospice.
That's really what Dianna wanted too.
Yeah.
She just wanted pain management. She didn't know about the compassionate care and the, you know, just the changing of the sheets and daily things to make a person more comfortable.
We just got so much more. I wasn't expecting a nursing assistant, but it made so much difference to have someone come in and change the sheets. And because I couldn't shift Dianna by myself, but with someone else together we could do it, putting pillows under her. It was just a gift.
It was.
And we were always in the room. It was clear that the hospice people were assisting us. They weren't imposing a schedule on us or asking us to do something we didn't want to do. It was always collaboration. It was always support. And we were just so grateful for that. And then, you know, I was out taking a walk one day, and the social worker called to see how I was doing, and it was just so touching. And Carol, the minister, has called several times, and there's just such kindness in her voice when she calls. Let's put it this way, I was impressed enough that I'm doing some volunteer work for Transitions Hospice. This was just as wonderful an experience as it could be, as intense
Phenomenal.
as it was,
Keeps
as
coming
awful
back.
as it was.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I feel like Dianna had the best passing possible. And
She did.
I am so grateful for that. And I feel like the family had all the support it needed. And it was clear that the staff coming into our home, everyone from the professional staff, the nursing staff, down to the nursing assistants, and if we needed it, home health aides, that all of them knew what the company mission was. They agreed with the company mission. It wasn't just lip service. They carried that passion for caring for people in their hearts. It's part of who they are. It wasn't just about caring for Dianna, it was about caring for us. Something else that I was really impressed with, how the staff communicated with each other. Everybody was in the loop. It was just very impressive how everybody stayed on top of it, because you must have multiple patients. And it was just so clear that every one of them carried a level of compassion, and that somehow they'd all ended up in this perfect place for them.